Got water bottles. Oh, yo, reporting live from the global headquarters in Florida. Welcome to episode 2 of Delta Consultants Group. One day I'm gonna have me a pad in here. One day I'll have the media team join this mission with me, and I'll have my pad. I'm gonna be letting y'all have it with my pad, with all my samples on it. But yes, we are live for the 5. I hope this music in the background is not too loud. If you can hear the music in the background, that music in the background is Reiki healing music. Reiki healing music is very powerful. I'm not going to get into that aspect of coaching or healing, but healing is definitely one of the topics for today. And so the Reiki vibe is intentional. It's also intentional from the perspective that today is one of those days for me where I am slightly stimulated. I pride myself in being extremely self-aware. And so if I'm feeling some kind of way, it's imperative that but also all humans, develop the ability to have the self-awareness that allows you to analyze your emotions in real time. That is a very powerful thing to be able to do. And so today's one of those days where I need some Reiki healing music before I get the. All right, let me drink some water now. But yeah, we gonna do this today. So we have a goal to get these live streams to 400 million views, but 40 to 60 minutes. So that means I gotta get on here and talk some BS for 40 minutes. Let's see how that goes. But I can talk now. Hold on. I can talk now. But yes, so the title of this week's episode, The Delta Mission, a message to the chosen ones and the importance of healing. And so I've got some show notes. I don't have a lot of research for these show notes because it just wasn't that day, that week. But I am committed. Shout out to 2 Cup Shorty now. Actually, 3 Cup Shorty. Come on now. Didn't do a lot of research for this episode, but we have some perspective to share for sure. So, the Delta Mission, I think we'll probably always talk about this in the live streams because this is the main purpose of the group. This is the main purpose of the business. This is the main purpose of generating profits. I am one of those people that have a very specific mission and path in life. being the son of a pastor, an elder, a minister, um, that calling, that mission is in my blood. It's what I was born to do. So I take that reality in my life at this point in my life very, very seriously. And so Delta Consultants Group is my gift to the world, but it's not from me though. You know what I mean? It's completely from the divine himself, itself. Um, and so I am a humbled servant here to deliver everything that he has given me to deliver. Um, you seeing my face today in this moment has nothing to do with Dre wanting to be famous, Dre wanting to be viral. Um, this is really a moment in time for us as humans, but specifically us as Americans, to tap into a specific frequency. And that frequency ultimately is healing. And so that is the code word for that special person that is going to catch the code word for this week. The code word is healing. I will say that again. The code word is healing. Comment that code word below and you will be selected for a raffle to win a Cash App giveaway. That Cash App giveaway will take place tomorrow, Saturday, February 15th. Code word healing, comment below. So that frequency of healing is definitely something that the divine is nudging us. That's the direction that he's nudging us in, because we definitely need that. And so the Delta mission is a very specific mission. That mission is to help. That mission is over a 150-year period. And so that 150-year period started in 2020. COVID 2020, that was a very pivotal time in American history, in global history, in human history. So God implanted that reality into my life, and here we are in 2025 now, which is crazy. But 2020, we started a 150-year mission to help 250 million families establish generational wealth and to serve 3 billion meals. And so that is the ultimate purpose of what we do. So Delta Consultants currently is in the development phase of launching 3 businesses. Those businesses would be a private community, educating people about the financial markets. We'll get into names and all that stuff later. The second business would be an insurance agency, helping people obtain insurance benefits. So we'll get into specifics later, but that will be an opportunity for people to obtain insurance benefits, as well as career opportunities to sell the insurance benefits. And then lastly, we will have a coaching business where yours truly, Mindset Dre, will be traveling the globe sharing this divine message, with the component of the private coaching attached to the speaking. So for now, will be the Delta mission is 150 years to help 250 million families establish generational wealth and to serve 3 billion meals. So one may ask, what do you mean by generational wealth? I posted this tweet this past week asking the people, what does the term generational wealth mean to you? I've had some conversations um, over the past week, this past week specifically, in my day job that I will share with the world in another video. But I do work a day job. Um, I am grateful for my day job, and so I make emphasis on that because I pride myself in being authentic. So I never want to paint this picture that I'm some rich guru and I ain't working and I'm making enough money from my laptop at the crib to just not have to work. Maybe real soon now. Like real soon now. But not right now. And so I ain't gonna ever project that reality until it's a thing. So at my day job, I had the chance to talk to people. And I've had a lot of conversations with people in reference to what does the term generational wealth mean to you? And a lot of people cannot answer that question. What does generational wealth mean to you? What does the term generational wealth mean to you? And so the obvious answer is a whole lot of money. And that may be true, but the purpose, no, the ability to transfer wealth from generation to generation does not happen just because you have a lot of money. So if you have, let's say you are a professional athlete, you get a contract, you get the Supermax. They got the Supermax contracts out now, $300, $400 million for 5 years. Like, what? That is a lot of money. But let's say you get a Supermax contract, $300 million. And so you make this $300 million over your career over 5 years, which is insane. But let's say you make this $300 million over your career and you just so happen to be a great athlete and you had a long career and you were able to save $300,000. It would have taken the discipline to save the money. It would have taken character to maintain the profile to keep the money. And so there's a lot of intangible things that you would have had to do to allow that wealth to hit multiple generations. So making a lot of money, first of all, most people ain't gonna make $300 million. But if you just so happen to get lucky and make $300 million, just because you have $300 million or made $300 million does not mean that money is going to touch the next 2 or 3 or 5 generations. So what allows generational wealth to be sealed is the character, is the intangible characteristics of your personality that allow you to maintain the wealth. So what does generational wealth mean to me? What does generational wealth mean to Delta Consultants Group? What does it mean when we say we are trying to help people establish generational wealth? We are trying to help you establish generational wealth from the inside out. So what does that look like? That looks like code word, healing first. So if you come to me, and ain't a whole lot of people coming to me right now because Delta Consultants is brand new, Mindset Dre is brand new. I'm a nobody. And so eventually that may or may not change. Probably will. And so let's say somebody comes to me and they say, Mindset Dre, can you please help me? I need generational wealth. I need to build generational wealth. I'm tired. I work at McDonald's. I work at Jeff Wyler Automotive. I used to work to sell cars. I work at Jeff Wyler Automotive, and I am so sick of working, and I'm fed up. Can you help me establish generational wealth? Guess what I'm gonna say? Of course. Mr. or Mrs. Sir, Mrs. I can help you build generational wealth. Let's go. Come on. Guess what the first thing I'm gonna do? I am going to educate you on the importance of healing. Because you may or may not be able to make a whole lot of money in your life. That may be your path, that may not be your path. But what can guarantee be your path is you healing and transferring that DNA to the next generations. So generational wealth looks different for every person. If you are a millennial and you have a couple kids, you little young kids, 5, 6-year-old, 2-year-olds, generational wealth looks different. The path to generational wealth looks different for you than it does for that 22-year-old with no kids. Or it looks a lot different for that 49-year-old that just got laid off and they haven't been aggressively saving for retirement. It looks a lot different for per individual. So, but the common denominator in the path to building generational wealth is the prioritization of the healing. Because without that, the money is irrelevant. Because the money will only do so much. So the Delta mission kind of merged in there with the importance of healing. Is to help 250 million families establish generational wealth and to serve 3 billion meals over the next 145 and a half years. I wanted to give some shout outs in this Delta mission section. Shout out to my ancestors, first of all. My grandfather, Willie David, my father, Barry Lloyd, Ginyard, that last name has shaped who I have become. And I am grateful for the bloodline that I have been chosen to be a part of. And so I think I might end my shout outs right there because I don't really want to get into a whole lot of name dropping and all that. So like Willie David and Barry Lloyd, shout out, salute. That's it. Yeah. So a message to the chosen ones. First of all, happy Valentine's Day to all y'all couples out there, all y'all beautiful love birds out there. Hit the pad with the bird. Tweet. Shit. Shout out to all the couples out there doing that Valentine's Day thing. Ooh, and the night gonna get juicy now. Oh yeah, and the night gonna be good. Valentine's Day. I ain't got no Valentine's now. If I did, hopefully she'd be here cheering me on. Hopefully she'd be right on this couch right here cheering me on, saying, "Go Drake!" But no, I ain't got no Valentine's. Woo. Let's move on to the next topic. We went through the code word. So the message to the chosen ones. I have a message for the chosen ones. Let's see. I had a conversation today with a chosen one, and I'm not gonna drop his name, his or her name. In this conversation, though, it is. So in this conversation, we talk about the reality of being the chosen one, the reality of accepting the burden of being the chosen one. Because, as a disclaimer, everybody is not born the chosen one. And so I hate to disappoint you, Um, but not everybody was born to be chosen. Like everybody was not born to be wealthy. There was there were kings that were meant to be born, and there were peasants that were meant to be born. And so everybody wasn't meant to be the chosen one. And so usually when you see someone in pursuit of being the chosen one or defending being the chosen one, they are probably not the chosen one, because the chosen one usually has to live a life that is rather tragic. And you realize that, like, yo, this life comes with smoke, and I don't want it. I don't want it. This smoke is heavy, it's thick. I don't want it. But that is the reality of being the chosen one. So usually the chosen one in this modern day reality, it usually plays out in the sibling dynamic. Um I the sibling dynamic. Like, I guess I'll talk about the the dynamic of the child and the parent at another time, because I simply want to talk about the sibling dynamic and being the chosen one. So the sibling dynamic as the chosen one, let's say you are a brother and you have a sister and y'all are only two kids. One of y'all, both of y'all are not the chosen one. So if you are a brother and you have a sister and it is just two of y'all, one of y'all is the chosen one and the other one is not. And that is okay, because both of y'all can live a great life if y'all develop the humility to be the yin to the yang. Everything must have a yin and the yang, the 80-20, the 20-80. Everything must have the balance, the sun and the moon. So in the sibling dynamic, if you are a brother and you have a sister and y'all are the only two children, one of y'all is not the chosen one. So the chosen one has a burden and a responsibility to lead intentionally. Like, you have to know you are the chosen one. And in knowing you are the chosen one, you have to live in a way developing character to attract the energy of the other siblings. Now, segueing into the parent child dynamic, because as a chosen one, if you are a parent, your kid is the chosen one. Like, if it's a debate of like who's the chosen one in the kid or the parent dynamic, as the parent, scratch it, let it go. So from the parent child dynamic, the parent in theory should have a level of awareness in their life to educate their children on, not necessarily educate their children, but to cultivate them in the direction in which they are probably going to go in their life. Um, so the sibling dynamic, there shouldn't be a whole lot of confusion in that, because the parent should usher the siblings into the reality of knowing who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I had 8 kids, because Dre want to have at least 8 kids. And so let's say I got 8 kids, and I'm watching them I'm watching them grow up. I'm being intentional about raising them and being intentional about all of the things that they are involved in. I'm paying attention to everything. And so I can probably identify which one of my kids is going to be that one to carry the torch. It could be the oldest one. It could be the youngest one. I don't know. But usually the parent would set the tone for the siblings so that the siblings understand who they are in the lineage of the family. um so the chosen one, the message to the chosen one. And in the message to the chosen one, this is also a message to the non-chosen ones, because you are still special too. But you are only special in the capacity that you understand who you are. You have the self-awareness to know your role, to know your place in your lineage. The chosen one has a burden. That burden is heavy. How do I know? I am the chosen one. And guess what? I know I'm the chosen one in my family, in my sibling dynamic, because I don't want this. I don't want this. I am so humbled and grateful for it. But baby, listen. There used to be a saying back in the day, don't get the snot now. Ain't got no tissue. Where the tissue at? Baby, listen. I don't want it. So my life, we can talk about my life in a minute, but the chosen one in the sibling dynamic is usually a lot of confusion. Why? Because we live in America. We live in a place where we have been indoctrinated, we have been manipulated to be divided. And so because of that division, that subconscious division, like you don't even know that you're being divided. You don't even know that you are creating division in your communities, in your families, because that's the default programming of the average American. That's just the way that it is. And so like the sooner that we accept certain realities like that, the sooner that we can get to the real healing. But if we can't accept realities like that, then like we're gonna be stuck for real. And so there's usually a level of confusion in the sibling dynamic and understanding who is the chosen one. Our motto, stronger together, is a thing because that is something that the world is lacking right now. And that is a lack of unity. Well, I can't speak for the world because I'm not a world traveler right now. So as an American, we lack unity. We have no unity. And so a message to the chosen one. Prioritize, first of all, accept the reality of being the chosen one. Because usually if you're the chosen one, you will go through a lot of things and you will realize that you have a rare journey. Your journey is rare, and it's like, what is this? This is too much. It's too much. And so when you realize that, you'll typically be like, man, I'm gonna just chill. You know what I'm saying? It went from like big dreams, ambitiousness to like, man, I just want to be comfortable. I'm chilling. No, you ain't chilling. You are dying on the inside because as a chosen one, you were meant to lead people to greatness. That doesn't mean you have to be the greatest. That doesn't mean you have to be the richest. That doesn't mean you have to be the most successful one in the family. You are just probably going to be the leader. And so the coach of the basketball team don't make nearly as much as the star basketball player. But the leader has to lead. And so the chosen one was meant to be the leader. He does not have to be the most successful one. He does not have to be the most popular or famous, but he is the leader. She is the leader. So in being the chosen one, or being the sibling of a chosen one, shout out to my towel matching my shirt now. I can't believe I said that. The sibling of a chosen one, or being the chosen one. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. I apologize for this moment right here. But being the sibling of a chosen one, or being the chosen one, first of all, as the chosen one, you got to accept it. And so once you accept it, things will get a lot easier for you. On the flip side, as the sibling of a chosen one, you have to have humility. You have to be willing to take the back seat. Now, in the plan of the divine, you might be the one, as the non-chosen one, you might be the one to become the most successful. But you probably won't become successful outside of the order of tapping in with the chosen one. And so as the chosen one, you probably won't break through and have your moment until you develop the character to lead the other ones. So we need each other. All of this individualistic success, that's not the godly way. I grew up rather religious, to say the least. And in this current day and age in my life, I am not religious at all, like not even a little bit. Because I serve God. I'm talking about the real God, like the true and living God. And so in understanding the godly way, to be divided in any capacity, especially with my siblings and my family, that is not the godly way. So this is not a rant. This is a little segue into my personal life because, yeah, if you can put the dots together, put 2 with 2 plus 2 plus 2, you can get some math done now. So the chosen one and the non-chosen one in the sibling dynamic. Chosen one, accept the responsibility, accept the burden, accept the character development, which means you might not be the one to have all the fun. You might not be the one to have all the attention, but it is a destined path to greatness as the chosen one. The non-chosen one. Hashtag humility. Hashtag humble thyself. Because without the energy of your sibling, aka the chosen one, you don't have the capacity to reach the heights that you think that you want to reach. If you are not the chosen one and you are not humble enough to realize that and tap in with the chosen one. So, hey, when it comes to my personal life and my family, hey, I love y'all to life, back and forth and back again. But I can't be a source of anything to nobody if I ain't willing to be transparent, and honest with my damn self. Shout out to my first cuss word in live stream. So I can't be nothing to nobody if I'm not willing to be it to myself. So to my siblings that I love very dearly, we got some work to do. And I'm going to just leave it at that. And so the chosen one in the world, in that family that is living that life that is burdensome. Everybody's living a burdensome life in some capacity, but that chosen one has a specific path of obstacles and tests that are slightly different than the non-chosen one. So a message to my chosen ones, to sum all of this rant up: accept the calling. That is the message to the chosen one. And impart the message to the non-chosen one: humble thyself and allow the plan of the divine to work in your life. Because when you tap into that plan and humble thyself and accept the calling, the unity will allow the entity, being the family. Now we talking about generational wealth. We ain't talked about no money. We ain't talked about no strategies. We ain't talked about no 401s. We ain't talked about no IRAs. We ain't talked about no nothing, no investments, nothing. We just talked about understanding the dynamic of a brother and a sister and the lineage of the plan, the divine plan for y'all's family. And that is why we are struggling as a nation, is because we don't have no unity. We don't even have the unity within the family nucleus. We don't even have the unity in the marriage. We got people married solely for tax benefits. Like, what? What? So, I mean, that's a real thing. And so it's like, we have to wake up at some point, or that dream is going to be permanent. When you sleeping and you enjoying that dream, you going to stay there if you don't wake up. Because this moment in history that we living in right now, I don't know if you know, but if you don't know, let me tell you something. This right here, when they say the end times, oh my boy, we in them. Oh, we in them for sure. And let me tell you something. Them end times, don't be fooled, my boy. Don't be fooled, my boy. The earth, this green thing that's circulating in the cosmos, that thing ain't going nowhere. Not ever. But this place that we live in these here Americas, this American dominance that we have experienced in our lifetime, the reserve currency status. Oh yeah, these the end times. These are the end times. So what that means for you and your family over the next 2 or 3 generations, because in America, we're not trained or bred to think from that perspective 2 or 3 generations. The Eastern Hemisphere, the Chinaman, the Japanese culture, the African culture, Indian cultures, these cultures breed family-oriented citizens, multi-generational thinking within the families. So think, plan, and live from the perspective of 4 to 6 generations. That is what they teach in the Eastern Hemisphere, which is why cultures last for thousands of years. America, 248 years and counting. We are babes when it comes to nation building, when it comes to nation development. So this, I don't want to get into that rant because that's a whole other topic. We ain't even got ain't no topic about America, nothing. So it's time to wake up, people. Wake up now. Hey, what's the alarm? Wake up. Wake up. It's time. It's time to wake up. Mindset Dre is here to tell you it is time to wake up. You've been hitting the snooze button for too long now. You've been hitting the snooze button for too long. In the military, I ain't never been in the military, but I feel like I have. In the military, though, I got a couple friends, relatives, associates. In the military, when that alarm go off, boy, when them trumpets blow, when they come through beating them drums and waking your ass up, put them feet on the floor immediately. Snooze what? Who's snoozing? Where we snooze at? That's my alarm telling me to stop yapping. But I'm good. I made it to 40 minutes now. Boom. But snoozing. Ain't no snoozing now. That alarm go off in the military, boy, you is up, showered, dressed, and in salute status. 4 minutes. 4 minutes, bro. From the time the alarm goes off, you got 4 minutes, nigga, to get up, get in the shower, get dressed, and be outside. Get up now. So it's time to wake up, man. It's time to wake up. I want to give some more shout outs though. Shout out to my family, my siblings, my brothers. My brothers are ministers, and so in the lineage of my family, I respect my brothers at a very high level because they came before me in the lineage. Regardless of who the chosen one is, we can have that discussion in person. Y'all can pull up on me or I can pull up on you. But I hold my brothers at a very high regard of respect because that's just the way that I think and operate, because they are my daddy's sons and they came before me. So there is no Dre without showing homage to my brothers, because as a little brother, I only have respect for my big brothers. My big brother is, in most people's case, a hero. So it ain't too far from it ain't too far from that reality for me. So shout out to my big brothers. Shout out to my siblings, my 2 sisters, all my nieces and nephews. I have a special place in my heart for my nieces and nephews. And I also want to shout out a couple people in the streaming space, in the thought leading space that I have been gleaming from over these last few years and months. I would say my number one role model, if I had to have a role model in life, would be Tony Robbins, bro. If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, first of all, you on your head. And second of all, if you don't know his impact, I would definitely recommend to go tap in with his energy. But Tony Robbins has that divine presence that I take pride in cultivating in myself. So shout out to Tony Robbins, because that is the person that me personally, I look up to the most. Like, if there's any human walking on this earth that I look up to right now, it is him more than anybody. So shout out to T Rob. Hopefully I get a chance to meet my mans. Also, it's a lot of people I could shout out in that regard. high level people like that. Ed Milet, that's another one. But a person is in particular that has been on my heart for the last. Dre, get over the sickness now. Hold on. Person I want to shout out specifically, been on my heart for the last few months is two people, 19 Keys and Wall Street Trapper. My boy Wall Street Trapper, he has his live episodes on Tuesdays, Trapping Tuesdays. I have been watching Trapping Tuesdays consistently for almost a year now. And my dog Trap, they better known as Leon Howard, he definitely has a level of divine presence that this generation needs. And so I'm inspired by his Trapping Tuesdays, the consistency of showing up every week. That is something I'm looking forward to. Even in doing this episode right here, I understand the burden and responsibility of showing up every week. You know what I'm saying? For business, for work, we show up every day. But to show up in this capacity, it takes something different. And so this is episode 2. I would love to get to episode 150 or whatever episode they are on. I plan to get there for sure. So salute to Trapping Tuesdays, Wall Street Trapper, Wall Street Looks Like Us Now Network. I am inspired. I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the energy. I appreciate the impact. I appreciate the humility as a leader, as a vessel to put the distractions to the side, to be young, black, handsome, successful. That's a dangerous combo. You know what I mean? And so I salute a man like Wall Street Trapper that can live a life of success, but still have that divine energy. And not everybody has that divine energy. A lot of people have platforms. A lot of people have, you know what I mean, this, that, and the other. And there's a lot of people I could shout out, but I want to shout him out specifically because I'm inspired by him, like in a real way. You know what I'm saying? In starting this journey of live streaming, doing episodes and preaching and sharing to the people. Another person, 19 Keys, got a lot of respect for my man 19 Keys, a young thought leader that definitely has a divine presence, undeniable influence. You know what I'm saying? He's young, like I'm young, but he's a little bit older than me. But to have influence like that in your 30s, I mean, like that's powerful. And so he definitely has a level of divine presence. As men, we are all flawed. None of us are perfect. And so I respect the authenticity, the transparency. I pray that in everybody's life, on a personal level, they are living true to themselves. I don't know people, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving people shout outs and I don't even know y'all, but I'm giving these shout outs because y'all have inspired me in this journey of cultivating my leadership and my ability to have the confidence to start this journey, and be in front of the camera, you know what I mean, for 49 minutes now. But even like me hitting the pad and like that, like that's all Trap. And it's like, I really rock with Trap though. And I really would love to have the opportunity to work with him and the team at a very strategic time, because now is not the time. But another person is Myron Golden. I appreciate that energy. If you don't know who Myron Golden is, definitely tap in with Myron Golden. So I've given 5 names. I've dropped 5 names of people that have inspired me in this journey of cultivating this reality for live streaming, sharing the divine energy. I would like to think that people can feel the divine energy from myself. So when I speak of people having divine energy, that's because I'm able to relate to it from a perspective. So yeah, I appreciate those individuals. Myron Golden, Myron Golden is out here in Florida. He's kind of local, you know what I mean? So he's definitely somebody that I plan to tap in with on a personal level. And I'm appreciative of the wisdom. His wisdom is kind of high level. So it's like, yeah, you might need to phone a friend for this wisdom from Myron Golden. But shout out to Myron Golden for sure. So I've dropped 5 names, man. Myron Golden, 19 Keys, Wall Street Trapper, Ed Milet, and Tony Robbins. Those are definitely significant people in my life, though, in this journey of cultivating myself. So I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for this time. I didn't really talk about the importance of healing a lot. And so I guess we'll save that for the next episode, because healing is important. That is the code word. And so, yes, healing is definitely important. I hope that in my 50+ minute rant, you were able to extract some of the healing components in me talking about the chosen one and the dynamic of the siblings and things like that. So I'm grateful for this time. I'm grateful for this opportunity, this moment. I'm not going to keep rambling randomly. So, episode 2, the Delta Mission, a message to the chosen ones and the importance of healing, on Valentine's Day. Shout out to all my couples, all my lovebirds out there. I am about to go enjoy my night in a Dre way. And so, yeah, I will see y'all back here again next Friday at 7 p.m. And yeah, we are committed. Y'all gonna see me every Friday, at least for the next 12 months, minimum 12 months. So, let's do it. Let's get this journey started. Y'all be great. Y'all have a great weekend, safe weekend. I wish blessings upon your life. I wish healing upon your life, and I wish fulfillment and happiness upon your life. Blessings. Reporting live from the global headquarters in Florida, Delta Consultants, episode 2. We out. Come on, now, turn off.